everybody? Am I live? I am live. Okay, hang on. Hang on, hold momentarily, please. I always got to go with the technicalities first. How is everybody doing? How is everybody doing? Everybody type something. Tell me how you're doing. Say something, I'm giving up on you. And I'll be the one if you want me to. Anywhere I will follow you. All right, I'm seeing hands going up. Is that like high five or I'm doing all right? Actually, I'm not even looking to see if y'all are writing something. Hang on a second. Oh my goodness, hang on, oh wait. X out, okay. Seoul, good morning. You're all over there in Seoul, Korea. So it's 7, is it 7 o'clock your time or 6? I know the shirt is the theme for today. Okay, I was trying to do something here. Hang on one second. Oh gosh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh. 8 in the morning in Seoul, Korea. Okay. All right, hang on one second. Soul, I'm gonna unmute you just to fix something on my screen here. You don't have to talk, but I'm gonna unmute you just so I can do something on my screen here, which I can't do unless I unmute somebody. Okay, but you can say hi, hi. Unmute yourself, I wanna hear you. Unmute. Unmute yourself, Soul, and say hi. I want to hear your voice.
Oh. Good morning.
Good morning. How's the weather over there in Seoul, Korea?
It's been good lately. Spring is here.
Good. Okay. All right, I'm going to mute you and get started here. All right, everybody. Whew, here we are. Hey, Kelly Phillips, my sister from another mother. All right, well, let me tell you, this live stream is going to be really just focused on what showed up in my inbox. And what I'll do is just share my own experience, because some of you are asking where I'm at with all of this and how I'm doing and what's happening where I am. My desk is so dirty today. We're just going, y'all not, let me move stuff. I hate seeing stuff behind me when I'm talking. Just gonna, y'all have no idea how much junk is in front of me. Everything looks really nice back here. Just shove all the junk up here. Okay. So I'm just going to respond to some of the things that you guys have sent me in my inbox. And then I know most of you are on Zoom, not what's the other one called? I haven't been there in so long, I forget. YouTube, not on YouTube. So those of you who are on Zoom, you can type in your questions in the chat box. If you want to speak your question, you can do that as well. And I think, did I pin? Okay, so good. All right. Okay. So I'll first respond to what showed up in my inbox, and then we'll go into some spirit talk, okay? But some of you are aware that somebody died about 15 minutes from me from the coronavirus. And I'm good. I'm fine. I'm in peace. I'm not troubled by it at all. My mother called me a bazillion times. But when you're spiritually awakened, and you're truly tuned into who you are, these things come and go. Y'all know how life is, you know what I mean? The Australian fires came. I don't know if they went or if they're still there. pandemics happen, they come and go. Mr. Pandemic is making his rounds, doing the world tour, but not stopping at my house. We good. So to respond to your questions, some of you are saying, how do we deal with the mass consciousness of fear that's just riveting everything right now? And some of you are asking how I'm doing because you are aware that things are happening near me. I'm good. On Thursday of this week, first of all, let me say, I didn't even, y'all know I live under a rock. I don't watch the news. I am not on social media. So I live under a rock unless somebody tells me something, I have to confess, I didn't even know that something was going on in the world. I literally did not even know. Here's how I knew. This is how far under the box I am. And I don't know if JoJo's here. Joanna from the UK is in our CWS monthly event. But she doesn't even know this, but she sent me an email, I want to say about a month ago now. And she was talking about watching this thing on TV where people were delivering masks in China to the police department or something like that. And she shared that in an email. And I had no clue what was going on. So I read her email and it didn't even click. I'm like, well, something must be going on in China that they're delivering masks. Interesting. And I went back to my life. I have no clue. Again, I don't watch TV. I just don't know. I live under a rock, okay? I didn't know. And then Sol, you were the one that clued me in because she sent me an email saying, how do we deal with this fear? There's a lot of fear because she's in South Korea. And she was asking about that. And that's when I went, oh, there's a virus? I had no clue. I live under a rock. I have no clue. So that's how I got clued in. And I didn't even know it was in the US. I can just, like I said, oblivious. I don't watch the news. I don't look at social media. I live my life oblivious to all of these things. And on Thursday my mother called on Wednesday because she's in Trinidad and she's, of course, catching all the news, right? All the news all day long. What a recipe for fear, right? And she called me and said that she's like, Allison, I hear it's in the US, right? And I'm like, what's in the US? She goes, turn on your TV. I'm like, no, I'd rather not. What's in the US? What are you so scared about? The virus. I'm like, what virus? Like, I am so not tuned into mass media at all. I didn't even know what she was talking about. And so she calls me Tuesday and she called me every single day this week. But Tuesday and Wednesday she calls and she said, they said it might come to Trinidad. It's like, I'm like, well, why you? I was like, Mom, turn off the damn TV because look at you. You're a mess. So I wanted to share how to deal with family and friends and all of that in the midst of the pandemic. Uncle Pandemic, I call him. Uncle Pandemic and Auntie Corona making their rounds on the world tour. But I have remained my joyful self. I am not tapped into what's going on. And my mother is a Christian. So in terms of you guys were asking how you deal with family and friends that are like, with my mother, when she called and she was like, oh, you should, Allison, you need to stay informed. What if it's in your city? And I'm like, if it's in my city, I'm gonna do exactly what I do every single day, right? Shine the light in my city and go do my shopping just like I always do. But I have a funny story to tell y'all in a second. But I said, Mom, now I know my mom. She's heavy into the Bible. She knows scripture. I grew up in the church, so I remember some scripture. So she's going, oh my gosh, it's like, I'm and I'm like, Mom. First of all, turn off the damn TV because all it's doing is making you fearful and it's not even in Trinidad. And then I said, and this is how you speak their language. I can't speak to her in my awakened language. With my kids, I can speak my awakened language, right? Like when they're talking, the kids don't even care. They don't care. But the adults are the ones that are in a frenzy. But with my kids, I was like, if it's my time to go, I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? To the light, baby. You know, like I ain't worried about it, right? But with my mom, she's a Christian. So I speak to her in her language and I speak to people in their language. I don't speak Awakelish to people that don't understand Awakelish, right? I can speak to my sons because they know I'm spiritually awake, and I'm like, y'all know if it's my time to go, I gotta go, you know. I'll catch the next train up to the light, man. So I'm like, I'm jovial, I don't really care. But with my mom, I quoted scripture for her. I'm like, Mom, doesn't the Bible say, for God has not given me a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind? And that clicked. And she's like, you know, you're right. I was like, now, step one, turn off the damn TV. Step two, pray. You know, what else you gonna do? But they were in a frenzy over there before it even hit. I think Friday they got 2 cases of it in Trinidad, and then the whole island went nuts and cleared the shells like they did here. On Thursday of this week, so my mother calmed down. She was like, Allison, you know, you're right. I always feel better when I talk to you. You're right. I should just, you know, I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. I'm like, yes, Mom, you are. Just go with her. Just go, you know. But I connect with people where they are. I don't try to speak Awakelish to people. That's one thing that I really like to say, is that you can't speak what you know to people who don't know. If they're walking around behind a veil of forgetfulness and you're talking about your awakened perspective on things, you know, they don't understand. So with my mom, I speak her language, right? And that calmed her down, and she's been in high spirits ever since. My mother is very high spirited like me. She's very joyful. She's very upbeat. She's very uplifting. She's very glass half full kind of woman. But you put the TV on all damn day long, that kind of vanishes a little bit, you know. So calmed her down, and I'm like, whatever. And I have no interest in turning on the news, what's happening here or anything. On Thursday of this week, I got an email from the county school system here in Georgia, in the county that I'm in. And the email said, there's been a death in the city next to me, about 15 minutes away from me. And they're shutting down schools until further notice. Like there's not even an end date, right? Of course, my son is in heaven. There's no school to go to. And for about 30 seconds, I went, right? Because reading the thing, and I'm like out of it, like I'm living under a rock. I'm not even tuned into what's going on. So when I read that, there was a little bit of I think that was, oh God, my son is going to be home for more than anything. My son is going to be home the whole damn time. No end date in sight. They pushed back the prom by 2 months, and they shut the schools down, and they're home indefinitely because they're trying to, you know, figure out what the hell's going on. But here's a funny story now. And we'll get into being who we are here to be in the midst of all of this in a second. But my girlfriend texted me. Let me see if I can find what I said to her. But she texted me, and she said, because her family started going, oh my God, Rachel, go buy some food. You know, y'all are funny. Y'all are very funny in times like these. But she and I had the most hilarious exchange in terms of the what was going on. So she texted me and she said, hey, Allison, what's going on? No, she said, what's your take on this coronavirus thing, right? And I want to share what I shared with her, because I had posted this under a YouTube video as well. And it's worth sharing with you all too. But I said to her, and I'll read what I said to her. You know, I didn't even know about it until a client in South Korea, and I was sold that had told me about it. And I said, to me, it's a mass consciousness of fear, no matter what they label it. I'll share with you what I responded under a YouTube video. And this is what I shared under a YouTube video that a very beneficial YouTube video that I watched. But I said, if only we would realize that the intense focus we have given to this is precisely what brings it into our experience. That which we focus on must expand in our experience. What if we focused on health, see everyone as healthy and whole, and allow the light that we are to permeate our entire planet? That focus will also be manifested in our presence and in our experience. And that's how I feel about it. And I think the mass consciousness is just like whoop everywhere and going nuts, and people are going crazy. So so Rachel and I were talking on Thursday, and I later on in the afternoon, as we were chatting by text, I had gotten that email saying the schools are shut down and it's indefinitely. And she and I are chatting, and I'm like, I bet you, because there's tens of thousands of parents that just got that email. I was like, I bet you pandemonium has broken out in my city. I bet you. And she and I are going back and forth. And I'm in my calm space, you know. I'm like, I'm texting with her. I'm like, I'm on my meditation pillow. I'm in peace. I'm not worried about this, you know. And then because I just like to look at what's happening in the world. I'm a people watcher, right? I said to her in the text, I'm like, hold up. I'm like, I literally texted her. I'm like, hold my meditation pillow. I'm gonna go out and watch the movie of the pandemonium that is surely breaking out in my city right now, right? And where do you go to watch the best movie of pandemonium breaking out but Walmart? So I pulled into the Walmart. I literally I usually go grocery shopping on Fridays, right? But I'm like, I'm gonna go see what's happening because I know them people going crazy and I just want to see what's going on. And me and Rachel, she and I were texting each other back and forth because she's watching one end of the movie where she's at, and I'm watching one end of the movie. And those of you who, the movie, when I say the movie, that's a Wakelish for this entire life is a movie, and we're just watching one segment of it, right? So I'm like, I'm going out. Hold my meditation pillow. I'll be back. I'm gonna go out and see what's going on. And I literally went out just to see what was going on. I pulled into Walmart. I already knew. I was like, yep, they gone crazy because Walmart had like quadruple the number of cars it normally does. Like a whole parking lot was filled. And you go inside and people are grabbing toilet paper. I sent Rachel a picture of the completely empty shelf. There's no toilet paper whatsoever. And people are literally almost grabbing stuff out of people's hands. And I am walking, people probably thought I was crazy because I just came to watch the movie play out. I'm just, because humans are crazy. And I'm like, I'm gonna just come out here and get some material for comedy because I'm surely gonna find it out here. They were nuts, man. So I said, okay, well, I'm here. I'm gonna pick up some stuff, but I wasn't hoarding anything or, you know, buying a million of anything, right? I'm like, I'm just doing my regular grocery shopping. And went to the aisle where, and here's the stark difference between going nuts over it and you just walking through the grocery, cool as a cucumber, you know, not worried about anything at all. I got to the aisle where the rice milk is, and of course the shelf is completely bare. And the guys were stocking the shelves as quickly as they can. The Walmart staff is stocking the shelves. And I said, do you guys have any rice milk left? And he's like, no, we don't have any at all. And that's the only milk my son drinks. And we didn't have any at home. I'm like, all right, well, I'll come back. And then as I was walking away, I got a tap on my shoulder. And the guy said, he goes, you were looking for rice milk, right? I'm like, yeah. He goes, there's one box of it left in the entire store, and you're welcome to have it. And everybody else is going nuts, right? I am in the vibe of there's plenty, and I'm walking around in the vibe that there's plenty. And so I get plenty, right? So the guy opens a big box of like 8 32-ounce boxes of rice milk, and he gives it to me. Normally I buy like 6 boxes anyway, and just put them in my pantry. So I took 6, and this woman walked by and she like grabbed one out. I'm like, it's okay, baby. You can have the other 2. It's totally fine. The people were a hot damn mess. I was literally, people thought I was crazy because I'm walking around Walmart, people watching, right? Because I'm in my zone of peace. I'm not worried about anything. But people are panicking. Kids are going to be home from school. You got to get extra food to feed them. And they're like cleaning out the shelves. People are walking around with their grocery carts like packed I don't know why. What's with the toilet paper? Why do you need 62 boxes of toilet paper? I don't know why you need to spend $200 on toilet paper. I don't get it. But I am walking through the grocery aisle, walking through Walmart with my little cart has like 4 or 5 things in it, and everybody's like mounds of stuff, right? And I'm just walking through the aisles, just watching people, and I am cracking the hell up. And Rachel is on the other end, and she's texting me all these hilarious memes, right? Because she's spiritually awakened. So she and I are having this awakened up level conversation about the whole thing, and everybody else is in pandemonium, right? And she's texting me, and I am literally laughing till tears are coming out of my eyes in Walmart. Everybody's walking around, like half of them in Walmart with their masks on and their gloves on, and they're looking at me like, what is wrong with her? Like, and I'm cracking the hell up. I am laughing. And every time I get done laughing, I'm like, Rachel, don't send me any more texts, because she's sending me these hilarious memes about the whole thing. And I am laughing. I'm like literally cackling in the Walmart aisles, and people are walking around like chickens with their heads cut off, like, oh my God, we're going to run out of toilet paper. Oh my God. And I'm like walking around watching everything and watching my iPhone with Rachel texting me. And she and I are going back and forth texting each other, laughing. I was cracking the hell up. And I'm like, well, I guess I'm here to spread some joy while everybody's freaking out. And it took me like an hour to get out of the store, because I almost walked out, because I'm like, I really don't need this. Things were so crazy. They called the police. I'm just like, there's like cops stationed at the front of the Walmart, inside the door and outside the door. And I live in the suburbs. I'm like, y'all are crazy. Like, y'all are nuts, man. And so I just laughed my way through the whole thing. I just like, this is insane. This is what humans do. And so that's my experience with it. So I wanted to start with how I'm dealing with it. If I see people I'm walking around with my all is well shirt, right? It's like, I'm walking around with a smile on my face. I'm not tripping. I'm not doing anything. I'm like, I'm just living life, I'm not saying go, wash your hands, of course, use your hand sanitizers or take care of yourself. I'm not saying go slobber on anybody or anything. You know what I'm saying? By the way, are people still kissing, or is that so 2019 now? I need to know, because, I'm single and celibate right now. When I get back out and I'm dating again, I'm gonna need to know if kissing is still a thing, right? Because I don't want to kiss a guy and he go, whoa, girl, that's so 2019. We don't do that no more. Y'all need to fill me in. So, are people still making out? I'm just asking a question. Which one of y'all who made out this week in the midst of the pandemic? Who did? I'm just asking a question. Oh, let me see y'all over here. What's the topic? The topic is Uncle Pandemic, Daryl. We just gonna laugh our way through it, and we're gonna do what awakened people do. But so for me, I'm like, whatever, I'm not tripping about anything. It's like, here's the thing, right? So there was a death a few doors down from me, 15 minutes away from me. You all know nobody dies before their time, right? Life to me is like, you ever board a train or a bus where at each stop they yell out the stop, right? Like, Main Street stop, and then whoever's getting out at Main Street gets. I think life is like that, right? Because every soul hops into a human body with a bunch of exit points that are probabilities, right? They come in and they go, well, I could probably die in a car crash. I could probably die here. I could probably die here. For us, it's like death. And it's like, oh, and listen, trust me, if somebody in my family gets sick or die, I'm a be just like every other human being. I'm gonna bawl my eyes out. I'm gonna go to the funeral. I'm gonna have my cry. I'm gonna be really normal human. And then I'm gonna start talking to them, because there's no death, right? Hang on one second. Let me just shut this down here. I don't want this eating up my thing. So for me, That's how I see life. So every soul plops into this human body, right? And they get out of their stuff, you know. So the train, what do you call it? Train conductor said, COVID-19 stop, COVID-19 stop. Some people exited. They're like, yeah, I'm out. Right? That's how life is. That was the COVID-19 stop, and they decided, I'm out. To the light, baby. I'm done. And they exited. You know what I mean? So to me, yes, it's sad when someone dies. Yes, I'm gonna bawl my eyes out if someone in my family dies. I'll be normal human. But then I'm gonna start talking to them because I know they're not dead. You know what I mean? I know that they're here. So I know that they're always here and there is no death. And so even though it may look like us, I remember when Kobe Bryant passed, I didn't, you know how I know about that? I was watching somebody's video on YouTube and they said RIP Kobe. And I'm like, what happened to Kobe? That's how I knew Kobe died. But when I heard he died, the first words out of my mouth were like, dude, that was a dramatic exit you made, you know? Because yes, it's sad. Yes, it's heartbreaking. Yes, it seems tragic, but every single one of those souls made their exit by choice that way. And I've watched some people channel Kobe Bryant. Some are a little, I don't know. But I have watched some people do their thing channeling Kobe Bryant. And one of the things that somebody said, I can't remember, she seemed like a pretty good medium. She was saying she was asking, why did you choose to leave that way? And he said the way in which it happened would have the greatest impact. And that's what happens with death that we perceive to be tragic or whatever it is. It's happening to have an impact. And his death definitely had an impact, and it brought people together, and love abounded and compassion abounded. And, you know, a lot of things are happening, even though it seems so sad and so tragic that it would happen that way. So for me, when somebody exits and somebody passes, I go, ooh, that's an interesting exit they made, because I am very much aware that every soul has its own set of exit points out of Earth. This is just a temporary little dance, right? Everybody was running around scared that they're gonna die, and ain't nobody gonna make it out of here alive. I'm just letting y'all know. Right? So some people had the COVID-19 exit and they're like, yeah, I think I'm a bolt now. Bye, see ya. You know, they're done. They're done with this human experience. This human experience is completely temporary anyway. You know, so I'm not concerned about it. If it's my time to go, I'm gonna go. Right? Not concerned about it at all. The other thing that I wanted to talk about is the fear itself. Because there's a mass consciousness of fear. First of all, shut the damn TV off. Why y'all watching? Why you need to stay up to date? If it's in your city, what you gonna do? Right? You turn on the TV and they said, oh, it's in your city. Okay, now what? What are you gonna do now? Panic? You know? In our spiritually awakened state, it's beneficial for us to be aware when we're getting sucked into fear. And we can very easily get sucked into fear when every single person around us is panicking, talking about how bad it is, wondering this, wondering that. Did they get enough toilet paper? You know, doing all this stuff, right? We can stay in the place of peace. We can stay there. We can choose to stay there. And it's our choice, you know? And I want us to be aware of that, aware of the fact that we have a choice to remain in a state of peace in the midst of all of this. And most importantly, remembering who we are. We are eternal, indestructible beings, just making our way through planet Earth, you know? Indestructible, eternal human beings, eternal beings, not human beings, eternal light beings. And when the only way that fear can get into our hearts, the only way that fear can arise within us is when we choose to forget who we are. And our world can so benefit from our remembering as awakened souls. And when we choose to remember, we relinquish fear and we stand in the knowing of who we are. There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to fear. If you are an eternal being, there is nothing to fear. So, how do we, in our awakened state, move through the world in all of this? Well, you can laugh like me and Rachel did. I was just out there trying to check things out. I went to drop my son off to work on Friday. Was it Friday or Saturday? Saturday. Was it today? No, last night. Dropped him off to work. And I said, I'm going to hit all the stores again. He goes, why? You don't have anything to buy. I'm like, I just want to see if the movie's playing out. And I literally went to every store. I'm just looking around. They calmed down a day later, 24 hours later, they calmed down. I just wanted to watch and see what was going on. But we can remain in our place of peace. And here's the thing we so often forget is that this is an energetic universe. We are energetic beings. And because we are energetic beings, whatever we're feeling and pulsing out is hitting everybody. It's sending a ripple effect. That's why there's pandemonium, because one person gets scared, their energy is bouncing off everybody around them. That person's energy is bouncing off everybody around them, and everybody's in a panic, right? Because whatever we're feeling is oozing energetically out of us, hitting everybody in our sphere of influence, everybody around us, everybody we're thinking about in fear is feeling that fear that we're thinking, right? And what if we become much more aware of what we're feeling, move back into that place of peace in the midst of the pandemonium, right? Back into that place of joy in the midst of the pandemonium and all the craziness that's happening, and stay there. Stay in your place of peace. Stay right there. And as you feel the peace that you are, as you feel the love that you are, as you feel the light that you are, if you saturate your being and you truly embody the light that you are, the love that you are, the awareness that you are, the eternal being that you are, if you truly wrap yourself in the blanket of that knowing, everybody that comes into your sphere of influence, that walks by you in the grocery store, that talks to you on the phone, everybody that comes into your experience will feel that from you. And now you're affecting everybody around you. We can do that. We have the ability to do that. We are light beings. The greater part of us is non-physical, not physical, non-physical, right? And if we know that the greater part of us is non-physical, then we can walk around in that knowing and just beam light to everyone around us as we drive in our cars. I was doing that in the grocery store and also while I was driving my car. In the grocery store, I was just, after I got done laughing, because I pretty much laughed my way through the whole grocery store. After Rachel and I were done chatting, I was literally standing in the grocery store, and every single person I laid eyes on, in my mind, I was saying, may love and light be with you. May peace and joy be with you. May peace and joy be with you. And I'm just looking at everybody and I'm sending them love and I'm sending them light. And instead of like breaking into the conversation, oh, wow, can you imagine all the schools are closed? You know, we can go there too. And human beings love the drama. I mean, I went out because I wanted to be in the drama, right? I was like, yeah, we go see the movie, right? The movie in Pandemonium is playing out. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to go see what it's like, you know, just to have a story to tell, you know, but we can also pulse out well-being, feeling within ourselves that all is well, knowing within ourselves that all is well no matter what. And you're so grounded in that, and you're so saturated with that understanding, that being, that knowing, that you pulse it out into the universe. Everything that you're feeling, because we're energetic beings, every single person around us is getting a slice of that. Be it anger, resentment, disappointment, whatever it is, everyone around us is getting a taste of that because we're energetic beings and we're all tied into each other, right? And so what's happening right now, mass consciousness is like fear. And everyone is allowing fear to be their dictator. Everyone is taking, not everyone, but mass media is speaking fear. Everyone is receiving that fear. And then they're pouncing that fear out to everyone else, which is drawing more to be fearful about. Of course it's spreading. Of course it's becoming a pandemic because everyone is focused on it. And everyone is focused on it not from a place of we can be healthy through this, we can survive all of this, but more from that place of fear. Everyone's scared that they're going to get it, scared that they're going to get sick, scared that somebody else is going to get sick, scared. And there's like this swell of fear that is happening all around us. And we as awakened souls can counter that, not by avoiding, but by being in the truth of who we are. And if we stand in the truth of who we are and we just be that, we just be that. Not only do we be that for ourselves, but we claim that for others around us as well. And we see them for the truth of who they are, even though they cannot see that for themselves. And we see them as healthy and whole. And we see them as abundantly healthy. And we see them as peaceful. And we see them as blissful. And we see them as joyful. And we see them for who they truly are, even though they can't see themselves for that yet, because they're caught up in the swirl of everything, right? But it doesn't take a ton of us to do that. The light within us is so freaking powerful that we can ignite that light, that love, that inner knowing that all is well, and just set the intention to pulsate that into the universe. Pulsate that into the universe. Every time somebody goes, COVID-ID, coronavirus, coronavirus, epidemic, blah, blah, blah. Every time you hear that, you just, and you just see yourself just completely enveloped in light, because we are all light, right? You see yourself completely in that light and in that knowing. And as the messages come to you, you just see yourself just bathing them in light as well, bathing them in love as well, bathing them in well-being as well. And you see yourself as a beacon of well-being. Hence the shirt. You see yourself as a beacon of well-being, such that, and you claim for yourself and others that everyone that comes into contact with you will feel that sense of well-being. They will feel that all is well, and you will begin to affect everyone around you and affect everyone that comes into contact with you. As you go through the grocery store, even if you say nothing, but even say if you verbally say nothing, but you're seeing everyone in as the wholeness that they are. You see everyone as the wellness that they are. You see everyone for the all is wellness that you feel. And you just exude that as you walk through the aisles of the grocery store, as you're in your car in traffic. You just exude that, and you just see it. Like for me, I see it in my mind's eye, like light is pulsating out of my car. Light is pulsating out of me. And I'm seeing everyone getting a slice of that light, a little slice. Everyone has it within them, but we can walk around reigniting the light in others in the midst of all of this, rather than taking in what they're sending out. We can be that beacon of light. We can be that beacon of all is wellness, right? And shine that out into the world. So a lot of what is happening is just mass consciousness, and we can choose to not be a part of that. We can choose to not be a part of that. And the opening here, by the way, was saying that this is Conversations with Spirit. That was not the right opening. That was the opening for our Conversations with Spirit tomorrow. But I do want to, let me see your questions or comments first. But this is going to be a really short live stream. I really just want to bring this collective of divinely awakened beings. How can we all, and we will in a moment, collectively come together and beam that well-being out into our planet, collectively beam that well-being out into our planet, because that's what we're here to do, right? We're not here to get caught up in the swirl. We're here to stand firmly in the truth of who we are. Everything else is a lie. What's true is that we are fractals of source. What's true is that we are eternal, indestructible eternal beings. That's what's true, right? And as we see that, the more we see that, we're able to pulse that out into the planet as well. Every decision that we make, the thoughts that we think, the emotions that we are embodying sends a ripple effect into our planet, whether we realize it or not. We're all connected, and we're all connected energetically. And as we do that, we are able to affect the planet in a really positive way. And we'll do that in a moment. But let me just go to your comments here. Soul is saying, I'm in Korea and I'm not scared. Good for you. Something just needs to stop media and social media. Yeah, no kidding, right? But I know it will all pass. But the virus didn't check my schedule, so I booked. That's funny. And Anne is saying, fear is false evidence appearing real. Yeah, all of this is false. What's real is the truth of who we are. All the people that are in pandemonium and they're like crazy running, they're also source manifested in human form. They're also fractals of source, simply not aware of that, right? And because we are in the place where we are aware of that and they are not, we can choose to stand firm in who we are in the midst of all of this and not be caught up. Like, you don't, why are you checking social media for this? Don't be doing search on coronavirus my city. Like, why? Coronavirus this, coronavirus. Stop searching for that. Search for health terms, right? Search for how many survived the coronavirus. You know what I mean? Everybody's searching for news of what's bad, you know, instead of embodying what's good, embodying, not that there's good or bad, but embodying a higher frequency and choosing to move that through our planet, you know, and we can collectively do that. Kelly is saying, remembering who we are is key, for sure, for sure. So I'm just gonna move into, let me just check in with Spirit here to see if anything else wants to be shared. They're saying you are each the antivirus. By embodying the truth of who you are, in the knowing of who you are, indeed, you can each be the antivirus in your own communities. Standing firm in the truth of who you are, in the knowing that you can indeed affect everyone around you. That knowing is crucial, that knowing is critical. As you continue to be in the midst of the swirl of all that is happening around you, return to the remembering of the truth of who you are. Continuously return. You may feel the tug. You may feel the tug pulling you out of that knowing, but continue to return to the knowing and the truth of who you are. They're saying this is a transient experience, beautiful souls. This is a very transient experience. Let your knowing be firm. Let your knowing be the thing that is not transient. This too shall pass. Okay, I'm just going to invite everyone into this collective that we're all here for. And truly, this is all that I'm here to do today, is to bring the collective in and say, come on, y'all, we're all awakened. Wake up, stay awake, stay woke, stay woke. No, woke is a whole nother thing, but stay awakened, okay, to who you truly are. And let's all choose to embody the fullness of who we are. So everyone place your hand on your chest, if hopefully you're not driving, watching me, but just place your hands on your heart as we choose to collectively embody the truth of who we are. Close your eyes if you wish. And as I speak these words, I don't know what is going to come out of me, but as I speak these words, I want you to embody what is being spoken, see what is being spoken, and in the spoken word, as we are embodying what is going to happen here, we choose to positively and powerfully affect, mm, powerfully affect what is happening in our communities, what is happening in our world. Because a lot of, just a pause here for a second. A lot of what has happened in videos on YouTube is here's what not to do. Remember this, remember, don't do this, remember not to do this. But what I want to show up and do is do what we're here to do. As awakened souls, do what we're here to do. And that is positively affect the world. We know that we're energetic beings. We know that this is an energetic universe. We know that we are vibrational beings. We know that this is a vibrational universe. So why not claim that and affect everyone around us through the knowing of that? So that's what we're going to do here. So everyone with their hands on their hearts, just take a deep breath. We choose in this moment to relinquish all the fear that is around us, to relinquish the circle of fear that is in our families, in our friendship circles, in our business circles, in our communities. We choose to relinquish all fear in this moment. And in our choosing to relinquish all fear, we are also claiming the truth of who we are. We are divine beings here in this time and space to affect the world with the divinity that we are, which is the divinity that they are as well. In this moment, we choose to see the light that we are. Everyone just envision, instead of this physical body, that you are engulfed in the light being that you are. See the light being that is within you expanding right now. And see all of us who are present here expanding our lights. Just see everyone's light expanding right now. Everyone's light is expanding. Everyone's light is expanding. And as this light expands, it catapults an energy of hope, inspiration, love, light, health in our communities right in this moment. See the light that we are flooding our communities, moving from our beings, flooding into our streets. See it. I want everyone to see the light right now. See the light that we are flooding into your streets, flooding into your homes, flooding into the stores, flooding into the homes in your communities. See the light that you are moving through, countering this atmosphere of fear and moving into hope, moving into love, moving into a sense of well-being. See that light filling every home, filling every street, filling every city, every town in our sphere of influence. Now expand this light to move through the different states in the United States, move it past the United States, move it into the different countries, into the world. As you hear the sound of my voice right now, see the light expanding through this entire planet right now. And hope is rebounding, love is rebounding, health is rebounding. See this happening right now. See the entire planet bathed in the light that we each are. See every single human being remembering that we are light, remembering that we are hopeful, remembering that we can claim our health. See this happening right now in your communities, in your cities, in your states, in your countries, right now. Just see that happening. See each of you pulsing out the light such that this has to happen. See that this is causing a turnaround of the vibration that is swirling around us right now. Claim it as ours. This is who we are. We are light. Therefore, we choose light for each person. In our homes, we choose light for each person. In our communities, we choose light for each person. In our countries, we choose light for each person. And let's see that light just permeating everyone, everything, mass media, social media. Let's see the light permeating everything. It is as if the earth is glowing with the light that is permeating every single soul right now. This is what we are here to do. This is how we affect the world. We are vibrational beings. We are vibrational beings. We are energetic beings. And may the energy of love and light completely catapult this experience from us. And may every single one of you, in conversation with every single person that comes into your experience, may you each be the light that you are. Claim the light that you are. Claim the health that you are. See that this claim of health, light, and love can permeate the other souls that are around you. Whether they appear to be affected by it or not is irrelevant. They cannot help but be affected by your flooding, your experience, your body, you embodying the light and the love that you are. May each person move forward from this moment in the knowing of the truth of who they are. And from that knowing, affect everyone within their experience. And so it is. Everyone breathe. Breathe out that light. One more breath. And so it is. And so it is. As you each go forth, see everyone not for the confusion that they're in, but for the light being that they are. See past their fear into their souls, because every single person is light. Claim the light that they are for them without words. As you see them, as you see people walking around in fear and confusion, just say, may you be blessed with light. May you be blessed with love. May peace surround you. May you be blanketed in peace in this moment. Just give that to everyone. Give that as a gift to everyone, and just let go of everything else that you're hearing. The media might continue, blah, 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 blah. We are light. We are love. Even if you catch some kind of news media, some clip or something, just say, may peace envelop you. To the news media, to the people around you, to the people that are talking, just say it in your mind's eye. See them in peace. See them each blanketed in peace. See that a light of peace, as if you're throwing a blanket around them, like if somebody's cold and you can just grab a warm blanket and throw it around them. Every time you encounter someone that is completely enveloped in fear around all of this, take the light that you are and see them blanketed in light, love, and peace. See them blanketed. Just energetically throw that blanket of peace around them. That warm blanket of peace, just throw it to everyone that you see. Throw that warm blanket of peace around. You don't have to say a word. You don't have to say, oh no, don't be fearful. You don't have to say a word. You just be who you are. Powerfully walk in the beingness of who you are. And that embodiment of the truth of who you are cannot help but permeate everyone that is around you as well. And so it is. And so it is. Blessings to all of you. May you walk in the light and the love that you are. And give me a moment to just see each of you. Blanket. I'm energetically throwing that blanket of peace, love, and light around each of you. And let's all now collectively see a warm blanket of peace, love, and light being thrown on planet Earth right now, lighting up the souls that are here. All right, so it is. Does anyone have any questions? I almost don't want to go into questions. I just want to leave the energy as it is. You know what? Let's do that. Let's just leave the energy as it is, okay? And go out into your communities and continue to stand in the light that you are. That is it for this broadcast. Feel free to come back and re-experience just us sending the love and the light into the world. If you feel that fear kind of creeping in because you heard something, just come back to the knowing of who you are. This is what we are here for. This is what we, the awakened souls, are here for, is to awaken everything in the planet from the beingness of who we are. So as you go forth, just be the love, be the light, be the beacon of love, light, fearlessness, peace, joy. Be that. You don't have to talk to people, because oftentimes we want to preach, right? We want to tell people what they should or shouldn't do. Forget that. Just be who you are. Speak positively for yourself, and it will permeate everyone that hears what's going on with you. They may not understand it, may call you crazy, may call you stupid, may call you, whatever, but just choose to be that light as you go forth into the world. All right, everybody, that's it. I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. For those of you who are in Conversations with Spirit with me tomorrow, I'll see you at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where we can have some Q&A and conversation at an intimate, much deeper level as well. Bye-bye, everybody. Be the love, be the light. Be the love, be the light.